everybody, welcome back to Dirt Grease Outdoor Peace. And I am scratching my head on this one. No, I'm just kidding. It is a, what the heck is this thing? I don't even know. I don't even know what it is. If you guys know what this is, leave a comment for me. So I have been procrastinating this for a long time, and even though it's still hunting season, I'm gonna take some time either in the evenings or on rain days or something when I can to dedicate to get this Honda put back together for a friend. And I've just been putting it off. I think when it's been here for over a year. I don't even remember what I was doing when this came here. I think I must have been maybe thinking about working on my car, and I think while I was, kind of bouncing back and forth between things, you work on something for a while and you kind of you're either like stuck doing some research on how to do something, or you're looking at parts or ordering parts, or you just plain get burned out on part of it and you need to take a break. This thing has been sitting here, and it came here. The guy just said, and I normally don't work on jet bikes. Maybe if it's something simple, carburetor or battery, or just something simple like that, I'll work on it, because I just know Harleys well enough where it's easy for me to just dive into one of those and work on one of those. Now this one, it's like I have to learn everything as I go, and it came here as just, can I get it running for him, maybe clean the carburetors, maybe do a tune-up on it, but basically just get it going. And so then when he came, he had this list, and I was just like, okay, this guy is just dreaming of riding this bike and wanting to do all this stuff to it, and he knows quite a bit, but he doesn't have the shop or the tools to do it, and maybe doesn't have quite as much mechanical experience, but he can do stuff too. It just came down to him not wanting to do it, I guess. And maybe if he knew it was going to be sitting here for a year, maybe he would have tried to do it himself. But anyways, he wanted some stuff fixed on it and gone over. Cooling system, he wanted me to put timing belts on it. He wanted to take some of the stuff apart so that he could clean it and paint it. So I tore it down. I had him clean the carburetors up. Actually, I tore it all apart. I had a piece of cardboard on my bench, and I diagrammed every piece that I took off of these carburetors, because I had no idea. I had never taken anything like this apart before. So I had every piece from every carburetor diagrammed, and he bought a rebuild kit, which a lot of the aftermarket stuff I don't like, because nothing is ever an exact duplicate of OEM. Whenever I can buy OEM, I just rather spend the money on the OEM stuff and have it be an exact replacement. So I used a lot of the new stuff where it looked like it was a good replacement, or if it was kind of foolproof, and then I just would use some of the original stuff where I thought it was the right place to put that in. So I did get the carburetors back together, and then I wanted to get the radiator off of it to get to the timing belts. And then I took the covers, the timing covers off, so that he could clean them and polish them. And so then it sat here, I don't even remember when I did that, probably last summer maybe, I don't even remember. And so now I was kind of dreading this timing belt deal just because I haven't done it before, and it's like every step I have to research. So at least I have 2 books that he brought me that I can go off of, and I at least have knowledge of, you know, what the timing is, you know, top dead center, valve overlap, you know, what everything should be. This book is good, except it says turn the alternator rotor bolt clockwise until the T1 mark on the flywheel lines up. Well, I don't know where the flywheel is. I don't know how to access that. I had to go back and forth a little bit, and I see in this book it gives you a good visual. This one actually says to pull the plug, which they show you the plug there. Pull that plug and look at the timing mark. So the first thing I did was roll it over and look down in, I don't know how well you guys can see down there, was to roll it over and look down in the spark plug hole, and you can see the top of the piston. So I just rocked it back and forth and verified that I was at top dead center on number 1, and then looked at the mark on the cam sprocket and verified that. So I thought, wow, that's close, but I'd like to see the flywheel. So I just started looking around, and then I found that timing mark there. So that's TDC number 1. So now I'm going to loosen up these tensioners here and take these belts off. I'm just going to watch and see how these sprockets react as I take the tension off. It's possible that I might have to rock these back a little bit to get everything to line up when I put the belt on there. A place to put you guys, and I'm gonna tear that apart and see if I can't get the belts. I can get these belts on there, then I can start going back together. I can put the covers on. I can start figuring out that's the only problem with a project like this that's been apart. I have to figure out what goes next, and maybe I can look in the book, and they do have an engine removal procedure in there, so I can look in there and see you know, if I can go ahead and put the radiator back in, or, you know, should I put the carburetors on, you know, what's the next step. So yeah, let's get these belts changed. Oh, this side didn't move. So I guess. Figure out how to unhook the spring. Yeah, it's not a whole lot of tension. I guess with the design, the way this sprocket wraps on here, doesn't have to have a lot of tension. I guess I don't even need to remove that. I've got enough slack where I can just pull that out of the way. Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, I got the old man spectacles on. Getting older, my eyes aren't what they used to be. Oh, that one was snug. That one, I have to get a wrench. Yeah, see this one. This one moved. Yeah, it's because it's got tension on the valves. I think I am going to leave that in there. Just so there's a... The socket is over that bolt, so it can't go too far. If I pull that off like that, there we go. So now, yeah, I might not go too far. Yeah, they have a little wear on them, but not very much. I think the main reason he wanted to change it is because they've been, this thing's been sitting for so long. So this side here, you can slip off. Like that. Yeah, like really. No, they don't look bad at all, but check the tensioners. Actually, that's got a little rubber stuck to it. I'm gonna clean those up. Yeah, the tensioners are smooth and quiet. I think I'm just gonna take, this one actually has a little rubber on it. I think I'll take a razor blade and scrape that off, and then just hit it with a little Scotch-Brite. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. It's hardly anything, but it's it would have worn off of there, but as I just get them cleaned up a little bit. Okay, the one thing I want to make sure is that I get I don't know if you could see it or not, but on that side I got the non-tensioner side tight and put it on the pulley so that all the slack was on the tensioner side, so that when it goes to tension up, it's not changing the timing. So I'll put it on the just put I think it's just a good rule of thumb that you put the writing on the belt the way that it tracks. It probably really doesn't make a difference, but I know it's just a good habit to get into. So I'm going to put that on the crank pulley, and then make sure that's engaged. Before I put it on the tensioner, I'm going to bring it over here, and I got to move my sprocket. I'll line the timing mark up. That's good right there. Oops. And spring. Okay, the spring is on. Maybe I didn't have that backed off enough here. Oh, that's loose. I check my top dead center mark. Should be tight there. Yeah. See, what happened was this pulling on this must have moved the crank back a little bit. So I had my indicator here was off a little bit, and I checked the timing mark on the flywheel. So that looks good now. The only thing that's weird about this is that you know, it isn't a whole lot of spring tension on there. It's just kind of funny that, you know, they only once these bolts are tight, the spring doesn't do anything. So I don't know, it's just a little funny that you would think they would have had a stronger spring and that one side of the tensioner would have floated, but I don't know. That's plenty tight. Okay, so this one's lined up. Our mark looks good here. We'll go check the other side. Check the timing mark. Timing mark looks good. We need to hook up our spring. That's snug on the bottom. The timing mark looks good here. Yeah, it's really not a whole lot of tension on there. Get the bolts in there close so that the tensioner is square, and then just loosen that just a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it's plenty tight, so yeah, if that's all they want, then that's it, I guess. This one, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, so I'm just gonna, the only thing I want to do is double check in the book about the the tension on those. Yeah, make sure the up mark on the pulley when belts are in place, let the tensioner springs apply the tension to the rollers, then tighten the tensioner bolts. Do not apply additional force. Install camshaft belt covers, install radiator. Okay, so I just verified that mark again. I'm still lined up here. Lined up on the other side. Yeah, the belts feel good, so we're gonna run it. So I think that's gonna do it for today. Hopefully that wasn't too boring. Like I said, I don't know anything about these bikes, and I just try to be extra careful around with the timing marks and all that. So I will try to figure out what the next step is on this, and bring you guys back again to keep this project going. And that's one thing that I realized about the filming process is, you know, if I'm doing something by myself, that the filming it kind of makes me focus on what I'm doing, it kind of just pushes you along, so that it just makes me think like the clock is running, and you know, the batteries are wearing, and the card is filling up. So you know, it's kind of interesting to have that, you know, kind of pushing you to do something, and to have you know, people watching, and keeping you going. I guess it's you know, it's kind of like you're not working by yourself. You're working with you know, people that a lot of people support this, and a lot of people will have positive feedback, but there's always people that'll leave negative feedbacks and should have done this and should have done that, and that's just one thing that you have to just deal with along the way. So yeah, if you guys would do me a favor, if you like the video, take a minute, click the like button for me, click subscribe. Oh my god, click subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and share the video if you have another mechanic friend that's might be interested in this. And I will see you on the next one. And remember, go out and play in the dirt, work in the grease, but always get out there and enjoy that outdoor piece. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you on the next one.